recording again. Okay.
Thank you, teacher.
Yeah. So the class is being recorded. Um, okay. So we are going to be working a lot of that. But the problem about libraries is not a problem about libraries. The problem of libraries is that we have to know how to code in JavaScript. And in order to code in JavaScript, we have to put it in a web page, right? So the first very basic thing that we are going to do today is just a very basic page, an extremely basic web page. This could be a little bit boring for the people that knows all of these topics already. And we are going to try to put a small piece of sound on it. Okay, as simple as that. Okay, so do you already have Atom installed on your computer?
Yes,
Yes.
teacher.
Okay, when you open it as a new window because you didn't have anything
It could
here,
be Sublime, no?
or Sublime. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Why did you install Sublime? Just because you find it, or you already have it?
I already have it.
Okay, let's give it a try and let's see how far we can go without setting up a server in your computer. Okay, now, okay. I think for today it's gonna be fine. Okay, but we are gonna arrive into a problem in a few situations in a second. Okay. Um, Okay, well, we have this. I'm gonna create a small folder. Okay, I will share this folder with you guys at some point, but I'm gonna create it in whatever. I'm gonna create this, and then I'm gonna create a new folder. Okay, and this folder is gonna be called mm, Tech Audio 2021. Okay, whatever. Okay, Tech Audio 2021, and then I'm gonna create here, I'm gonna add a project folder, okay? And then I'm gonna add my project folder, Tech Audio 2021. Okay, now I have set up here, and I have a folder in Atom, okay? Where I have a blank thing.
Teacher, could you repeat that? Because I was finishing installing it and I was not aware of what happened.
Yes, just when you have a new window, okay? We are gonna add folders, this blue one here that is here, and we are gonna add a folder that you know where it is, especially for this project or for these classes, and you are gonna add a black, sorry, empty folder, okay? And when you do that, you are gonna end up with a folder like this one, okay? Are we okay?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, now I'm gonna press the A or what I mean, I can do A or I can do new file, which is Control N, but I know I know that with an A, enter the path for a new file. Okay, and I'm gonna create a new file. This file, and this is very important, guys, and you make a lot of mistakes sometimes because you forget this. It's gonna be called index.html. Okay, index with lowercase. It's very important that it's called index.html, okay, because servers will try to find this specific name. So if you do it with a capital I, it's not gonna find it. So it has to be index.html, okay? And as we can see, we have an empty web page. So we are gonna be in the time of Google Education, okay? Google Education. If you go here and you just say HTML example, okay? We're gonna go to this fancy page that is gonna help you a lot, which is called w3schools.com, okay? It has a lot of small descriptions and it has a small tutorial, okay? I do recommend you Okay, going through all of these because it's gonna give you a general overview about what is happening behind the scenes on an HTML, and it has all these little details. Okay, how far do you want to go? That's up to you guys, but it is a good idea to go to all of this. Okay, now if I go and I copy this, okay, I copy this small section, okay, and I paste it here, copy and paste, and then I'm going to start to change my synthesizer. I don't know how to type synthesizer with Z or with S. My synth, my synth. Okay, okay, and then this is fancy sound, and then this is a project. This is a project for my nice class. Okay, okay, probably many of you have seen these before. Okay, these things that we have here, okay, this is the basic structure of an HTML page. You will see here that an HTML page start with this. Actually, it's a descriptive text. HTML is not a programming language, okay? It's just a way for describing elements. And then, as you can see, it's made with tags that start with HTML. And as you can see, it opens and now it closes, okay? Inside that, you have a section that is called the head, that is starting here and that is finishing here, okay? And then it has a body that is starting here and then it's finishing here, okay? And everything is like that. Then you have something that is called the header one, starting here, closing here, paragraph starting here, paragraph closing here. These little how do you say bracket? No, no bracket. Slash. Okay, it's closing the different elements. Actually, if I select it and I select Atom Beauty, you don't have that. It's gonna put it. It's gonna nest it. So you will see that this is nested in here. Okay, that it is nested in here, and then you will see that this is inside this, and these two are inside this. Voila, congratulations, you have your first web page. You have to save it, okay? And if you save it, this is gonna be very important. In a few seconds, if I double click on index, it's not here, it is in Tech Audio 21. If I double click here, okay? Let me see, let me open my chat. So if you guys have a question, I can see you. Where is your chat? What is happening with my Zoom? Oh, oh, me pasan el link. Yes, I apologize. Okay, so is everybody here? You can always raise your hand if you are getting stuck or something.
Could you share your screen again, please?
Oh, I'm not sharing my screen. Since when I'm not sharing my screen? Oh, recently. Okay. Do you
Thank
have
you.
it? Okay.
Teacher, I also have a question.
Yes.
I'm writing down the code, but the words that are on red on my code, they don't shine in red. So is that wrong?
Oh, are you sure you save your file as HTML?
I think I missed that.
Yeah, the Atom is gonna see, oh, the last name is HTML. I will parse and then I will put colors. If you finish with a C, it's gonna treat it in a different way. If it finish in GS, it's gonna treat it in a different way. Okay.
Teacher,
Yes.
can you repeat the first steps? The one that you open a new project, because I don't have, I already have the Atom.
Okay. If you are
Please.
like this is you open Atom and it's gonna be
Yes.
like this. You just have to add a folder. And then create a new folder that is empty. Okay. Does that solve your question?
But the name that we need to save the HTML or something like that
Oh, index.html.
in the same folder.
Yeah, when you have created your folder, you can right click and then you have to create a new file inside that folder. So as you can see here, I hope that you can see it. Index.html is inside that empty folder that I decide to call Tech Audio 2021, but you can call it whatever you want. Yes?
Yes, can you zoom in a little bit, please?
Zooming absolutely like that.
Yes, that's perfect. Thank you, teacher.
Teacher, I've got another question.
Yes.
I already saved it like index.html, but in the lang one, I don't have the doc type HTML text. Does it matters or it is just
Yes, I
like
think it's gonna matter. Maybe it can parse it, but it's gonna be a problem in the real world. So yes, this is you.
what can I do?
What do you mean that which can do? Just put it.
Ah, okay. I thought that it was like automatically.
Oh no! You have to put it. So you
Okay.
have to actually just steal it from here. Just go to the browser W3 School HTML. Don't type it. It's boring to type all of this, and you can make typos, and then you just steal it from any place. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Can take anyone, any code we want, right, teacher?
Pardon me?
We can take any code that we.
Well,
see
yeah,
there.
you can take anyone. No, I recommend you taking this one because we're gonna start to build it on top of this. So I recommend you to take it from here. Okay, I recommend you to take it from here. So please raise your hand once that you have your webpage already set up there. Yes, we're getting there. We are getting there. People is raising hands. People is raising hands. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
Which package do we need to use in order to make it like that?
Which packages do we need to do in order to make what, pardon me?
Yeah, you use a package there in Atom, but I don't remember which one.
Oh, I use a package for making beauty. You don't need it at this point, but yeah, I did Atom Beauty.
Okay, thank you, teacher.
Professor, can we take a little break?
Yes, let's take a little bit. It's 8:49. So we take a break and see you here at 9 o'clock. Is that fine?
Okay, perfect.
Okay, see you here at 9 o'clock.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. See you in a minute. This time is crazy, boys.
I agree, teacher.
But we will get used to this, right? I mean, sometimes you have classes at 7 a.m. also. I know that because I've been teaching there for many years, and it's the same, It's a weird schedule. But anyway, let's continue. So people is connecting. Okay, so we were in this small web page, right? Once that you have this web page finished, once that you have this, you can just open your operating system, and then you can go to the place and you can double click this file, right? If you double click this file, the page will be rendered on the browser.
Teacher, you're
How-
not sharing your screen.
Okay, that's it.
Thank you.
I'm sharing now, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So the page is rendered. However, I want to show you something. This thing that is rendering here, can you see here?
Yes.
Yes.
It's saying file, okay? This thing is saying file. If I open here, and it's not a real web page, okay? In order to have a real web page, the protocol should not start as file, should start as HTTP, like in any web page, right? So if I go here, you will see that this is starting as an HTTPS protocol. Okay, this is a web page that has been rendered by our browser, while this is a file that is rendered by our browser. This thing will become a big problem at some point. Okay, so I just want you to know that. Take note of that, because could be a problem. Okay, it is. Oh, okay. So okay, just at this point it works fine. Okay, well, we have our first web page and it's working fine. But as you can see, it's a horrible black and it's a horrible white. So in order to do that, we're gonna add a small CSS file. Okay, so I will go again to my W3 school, and then I will go to the very basic CSS file. Okay, and in this CSS file, I'm gonna do the following. I'm gonna grab and I'm gonna steal this. Just I recommend you having this open too. So I'm gonna put it again in the chat file here. And then I'm gonna open the CSS section from the HTML tutorial. So from the HTML tutorial, I will open the HTML CSS. Okay, and then I'm gonna steal just what is between the head. As you can see, there is something between the head. So I'm gonna just steal this section that is here, and then I will put it in my head. Okay. Okay. So what I'm doing here is saying everything that is header number 1, okay? Everything that is header number 1, that is fancy sound, it's gonna be color blue. And everything that is a paragraph, in between paragraph, that is paragraph, okay, it's gonna be color red, okay? And everything that is body, everything that is in the body, it's gonna have a background color of powder blue, okay? So this section that we have here is called CSS. And it could be inside the HTML, or it could be a file that we make a reference. But at this point, it's just like that. So I will go back to my browser, and then I will refresh my page. Oh, and it's not updating. It's not updating because I forgot to save my file. So now that I save my file and I refresh, I do have now, right, that fancy sound is blue, that this project is for my nice class, it's in another color, and that everything in between here is in another blue. Could you do that, please?
I'm sorry, teacher. Can you repeat how open the page, please?
How open the page?
How the HTML in website?
Oh,
That one
just
that
go to your to the file. Go to your file in your and your how do you say on the
folder?
yeah, on your folder. Find your folder, okay, and double click on the file, and your browser should open.
Okay, but I didn't see nothing of the code. I mean the title and the body.
Okay, maybe you will have to share me your screen, but before that, do you have your folder, right?
Yes,
Inside your folder, you have index HTML, right?
yes.
Inside that, you have this content, right?
Well, I and the one that is inside of my folder only said index,
Yeah,
don't HTML.
index.html, right?
Just index. I don't know why dot HTML it doesn't there.
Oh, you should then rename it. Just F2 in order to rename it and add the .html.
Okay, give me 1 second, please.
Yeah.
So the title is index.html.
Yeah, it has to be that name. If
Okay,
you don't have
I
the
already have.
yes,
Yes,
okay.
but if I go to my folder, it appears only index. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Can you double click and see if your browser open it?
Yeah, open it, but my page only appears on white.
Is it
A
saved?
background.
Did you save it?
I don't know.
You should you save the content? Probably you
Save.
will have to share me the screen. So
I
could you
already saved. Yes, it's already in order. Thanks, teacher.
okay. Yeah, don't forget to save your files when you do
Yes,
changes.
thanks.
Please raise your hand if you are having problems. Please raise your hand if you are having problems and you are not at this step of the process. So I will assume that everybody is here without any problem. I'm assuming, oh, Samuel, are you having problems?
No, I'm not. Sorry.
Okay. Just raise your hand if you are having problems. Otherwise, I will continue. Okay? Okay, so I will continue. Okay? Now that we have a code, okay? Now we have a small fancy code. We are pretty much finishing Facebook. From here to having Facebook is just a tiny years of work, but this is the beginning of something, right? So don't forget that what we have in between a style, this is a style, and this is a style, right? Is opening and closing. This section from here is for the graphics, okay? For how are you gonna see the content. And this that we have here is the header, okay? And this section that here is the body, Okay, this is important to remember. Okay, these things obviously will become way more complex in few weeks, right? But the next thing that we're gonna do is adding a small JavaScript thing. Okay, so in the same way that we have this, I now want you guys to go. What is happening here? Okay, and in the same way I will go to JavaScript. Okay, in W3Script we can go to JavaScript. Okay, and then I will go to home, and then I just want to see a small piece of code here like this one. No, I don't want a button. Or no, I don't want a button. I want just a basic script. So I need a script. I need a script. Mm, I need a script. Otherwise, um, no, I don't want this. I don't want this. I don't want this. Give me just 1 second. I don't want to write it. I don't want to write it. Okay, here we have it. Okay. Okay, this is a script. Okay, whatever is in between, it's a script. So in my body, okay, in my body, at the beginning of my body, okay, I will write a script. Okay, I will write a script. Okay, and I change the color. That is something that it shouldn't have happen. It's opening and it's closing. Okay, this is a problem of Atom. I will get the color in a it should get the color later. Let me open it again. Okay, that's it. It's a bug, but now it's working. Okay, are you watching my screen? Yes, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, this everything that is between the script and this closing script, okay, is typed as a JavaScript application. It's called as a programming language. I'm jumping 20 years in the HTML process. When web pages started, and I was a teenager, there was no CSS, and all the pages were very, very boring. And then JavaScript started like 15 years ago, and it was a way for making the more dynamic pages. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here, I'm just gonna write console.log. I'm gonna say this should happen. Okay, I'm gonna say this should happen. Okay, I'm gonna save it. This is just a script, and be careful with this. Okay, it's saying I'm gonna copy put this on the chat, so that's it. Okay, on the chat I just put what you have to type in your code. Okay, but then for me it's very important that you understand that this is a script of type JavaScript, is opening, and here is closing. And obviously there is a difference between a script and a difference between a style. Okay, but what is obviously very important, and this is opening, and this that we have here is closing. And obviously don't forget any of these little symbols, because if you erase this symbol, the thing is not gonna work, obviously, right? So now that we have this and we go back to my page, okay? By the way, this is called my synth. You can see the title here because the title comes from the title of the page, right? So once that I do this, again, I will open my developer tools, okay? And I will go to console. I will go to console. Okay. So don't forget to go to the three dots. Okay. In the three dots, you will go. Ooh. Oh, I cannot do that. To more tools, developer tools. Oh, okay. Here, developer tools. Okay. That will open this entire section from here. And this section has elements, console, sources, and so on. If you are in Firefox or another browser, this location should be in another place. We can figure it out, but it's very simple to find it, okay? Now, once that I hear and I run it again, I'm just refreshing the page, okay? Now, my console is saying this should happen. So this is the same thing that the console that you learn in Java, the same thing that the console that you learn in Python, the console that you learn in Visual Studio. It's just the console of the window, right? Are you on the same step? Could you please raise your hand once that you are done in the same step that I am?
I have a question, teacher.
Yes?
I don't know what console do in our page. Like, already have this shouldn't happen, but I don't know how it works.
Yeah.
Can you explain that,
Absolutely.
please?
Yes. Let me open this. Okay. Console.log is the function that allows you to send something to this hidden console. Okay. It's just a way for your program to say something to the world. Okay. This is a function. We will see that in a second. This is a function. Okay, it's saying please write a log. A log is a text in the console saying, and you can change this. Hola, hola. Okay, and I'm gonna save it. And if I run it again, now it says hola, hola. So basically, did you took a programming class at some point, right?
Yes.
Which programming language did you use?
C++.
Okay, in C++, I think it's system.out.println, isn't it? Or standard output, std output. Do you remember? It's just a way for writing something in your terminal or in your console. Okay?
But this, I think, well, I don't know how to say that. This shouldn't happen that we put before the hola hola. It doesn't appear in our page, right? It's just for the console. That are you saying that?
Could you repeat again the question, please?
I don't know that this should happen. What to do, right? I can understand how it works. I'm a little bit confused. Like, it doesn't appear in fancy sound, and this is the first test, or this is a nice project or nice class. I don't know what the console do. I mean, I can understand that you're explaining.
Okay, well, okay, let's put it in this way. All of this that is not inside the JavaScript is HTML, right? And then when you're saying fancy sound, for example, let me see, let me know if everything fits in your screens, because I don't know how much I can put. But the first thing that you have to understand is that this thing that is here is JavaScript, right?
Yes.
And the rest is HTML.
Okay.
So these things that I have here, all of this is just saying H1 is the header. That's why it has a bigger size of the font, because you are saying, please write with a bigger font, fancy sound. So it goes here and it puts this here. In the paragraph, it goes and it put it here. But this thing that we have here, this is JavaScript, okay? JavaScript is a programming language. You will see that in a few seconds. And then it is allowed to write functions. One function is saying, please write, right? In the console. The console is this option that you have. You don't have to have it open. It's just for developer tools. It's just a developer functionality. And what you have between parentheses is what you really want to write. And then what you have between commas is because it's a string. You are going to start to remember that in a programming language, you have variables. And then you can write integers, or you can write floats, or you can write arrays of things. And you can also write strings. Strings are between quotes, and this is just some text, right? Am I going too fast, or do you remember that from your previous programming classes?
Sure, thanks.
Yeah, but does that make sense?
Yes, a lot of sense.
Okay, so in the same way that you can say hola, hola, you can also say window alert. I think it's alert. And then say arranca. Okay. I'm saving the file. Don't forget to save it. I'm going and I'm refreshing. And now you will see a small window that says, this page says arranca. Okay. And it's not going to continue until I say, okay. And then it's right, hola, hola. Okay. So we have now two options for us to make the code telling you something. Okay. Is everybody around here? Yes, everybody. Good, good, good. If you have a question, please just speak. I'm not going to wait for you to raise your hands. I'm going to assuming that everything is fine unless you turn on your microphone and you tell me stop. Okay. And now we can do a little fancy things. For example, we can create a variable, right? Variable. My variable A, it's equal 5, and my variable B, it's equal 10. And then I can say console.log, and I can say A plus B, okay? By the way, you don't need semicolons in JavaScript, okay? So if I do this, could you tell me what's going to happen here?
It's gonna sum now, right? The A plus B on the console.
So what is going to appear there?
15.
Exactly. I run this, arranca, and then I have a 15. So why am I telling you this? It sounds like very obvious, but that is not so obvious, because what is between here is a huge, full, complex programming language that could do a lot of things. Okay. A lot of things. Okay.
I get a doubt. Can you do the sum on the window alert?
Can you do the what?
The sum of A plus B on the window alert?
Oh, the sum of the window alert? Yeah, you can do also that. So I'm gonna remove these. Okay. And then I'm gonna put it here. And then instead of saying arranca, I can say A plus B. And then if you do that, now you have your 15 here. Okay?
Okay, cool. Thanks.
I have a doubt. The result of the sum is showed after the arranca, the alert window. That means that the order of the actions is going to be followed, or I
Oh
don't
yeah,
have.
yeah, like in any programming language, this is first, then this is gonna happen, then this is gonna happen, and then this is gonna happen.
Okay, okay.
Okay? Yes. Okay, good. Any other question?
Which symbol you use for comments?
Which symbol do you use for what, sorry?
Comments.
Oh, comments. Oh, good question. Yes, you can. It depends. If you are inside JavaScript, you can use the traditional // Okay, this is my first code. Okay, but if you are outside here, you cannot write this. Actually, if I try to do it outside here and I do this is a problem. Porque now I run this and look at this. This is rendered here, right? So comments in HTML are different. Comments on HTML, I think they are like a /1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then let me remember because I don't use them often. Comments in HTML. It has some as this thing, okay? It's these two little crappy things, okay? This is a comment in HTML, okay? So you run this and then it's not any place, okay?
Thank you.
So it has to start with this bracket slash all of these and close like this, okay? Okay, now, why is this gonna be very important for us? Because all the things that we're gonna do with sound are gonna pretty much happening on this section. Unless we decide to play a sound with the regular audio thing. So if we go here, okay, no, I don't think we can go here. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna say audio HTML. Okay, is this etiqueta de hipertexto? Okay, I guess we have to find it in English. Okay, change the language. Okay, look at this. The HTML audio element is used to embed sound content in documents. It may contain one or more audio sources represented using source attribute of the source element. The browser will choose the most suitable one. It can see also stream by a media. So if we go here, okay, and these are the different attributes that you can do. How did I arrive here? Well, I just Google, but this page that is Mozilla MD Web Documents has it's like a huge dictionary about all the different things that you can put. Pictures, images, frames, and so on, video and things like that. Okay, but the one that I want to put at this point is this audio thing that we have here. Okay, so I'm gonna put an audio, control and source. I'm gonna put you this here. I'm gonna put it in the chat. Okay, I'm gonna put it in the chat and I'm gonna steal just the audio thing. Okay, I'm just gonna put the audio thing. This is not JavaScript. Okay, this is not JavaScript. And then at some point, fancy sound. This is a project for a nice class. Below here, I'm gonna put an audio source. Okay, I'm gonna say that I need controls. It doesn't matter if it has spaces or not. Actually, it could have spaces here or not spaces. Okay. Audio. Whoa, what's going on here? Oh, okay. And as you can see, it has a little bit of things. For example, it has this code and it has a text if your browser does not support the code audio element. I don't want to put well, yeah, let's skip it. Okay. And here we have to put a small section of audio that we want to play. Okay.
Sorry, the audio is inside of the body?
Yes, it has to
Okay.
be inside a body. Okay. And then we have to put an MP3 file. And here is when we are going to start to have problems. I'm going to find a small MP3 audio file. Okay. I'm going to search for a MP3 audio file in my, I'm going to put an MP3
Teacher,
file. Yes.
that's why in the console it says like error file not found.
Exactly. Exactly. So I'm going to search for a small section of audio. Just give me, just searching for a small MP3 file. Okay. This file, test MP3. Okay. I'm going to copy this file. I'm going to copy this file to the same directory. Okay. To the same directory where I have my code. Okay. That's it. Okay. You follow what I'm doing, right? So in my folder, this is important. This is very important. In my folder, I have now my index.html, right? And also my small MP3 file, okay? And here I will say that I want to play test.mp3, okay? You follow what I'm doing?
The name of the MP3 that is in our folder.
Yes. If
Okay.
your MP3 is called, and be careful with the spaces and accents and all of that kind of things. We're going to talk about that in the future, but for now, do not use spaces and do not use accents and things that are not random and pure A to C characters and numbers.
Teacher, can I add a web file?
Yes, you can add a web file. So if I rerun this, now I have here a basic audio player. And if I play it, I have Debussy.
Teacher, sorry, can you repeat the process, please?
Yes. I went and I Googled. The first thing that I did was Googling audio and HTML. Okay. Once that I got that, I ended up in a web page like this one. Okay. Which is telling us how to use the audio tag, okay, or the audio element for HTML. The audio element from HTML, it's very basic. You can say if you want controls and which sound you want to play. However, okay, so I took this, I copy and pasted inside my body. Very important, inside my body, okay? Can you have many of them? Yes, you can have many of them. If you have 3 audio files, you can put test and then test2 and different audio files, or you can have the same, right? What is important, don't forget, is that it is opening and it is closing, okay? It is opening And these are some elements or attributes of the audio. For example, if it should start to autoplay when you open, if you want to have controls, and most important, the parameter source equal to, in between brackets, because it's a string, the name of the file that you want to play. Okay.
And is there an option that when you open the page, the index, start to play the MP3 without you need to
You
uh,
need to do
click?
let's see. As far, not with this tag, not with this element, okay?
Ah, okay,
Yes,
okay.
you can do it, but not with this element. For example, look at this. Autoplay, a Boolean attribute. If specified, the audio will automatically begin playing as soon as it can do so, without waiting for the entire audio file to finish downloading. However, it's telling you something important. Sites that automatically play audio or videos can be an unpleasant experience for users, so you should avoid it when possible. If you must offer autoplay functionality, you should make it optional, right? And actually, many of the browsers are avoiding the autoplay even though you want it, right? Controls. If it's present, the browser will offer you control, okay, including volume and pause. And what is current time? This is giving you the time, disable remote playback, duration, loop. For example, if you want to loop it, okay? Muted. For example, muted if you want to have, and then this is the source, okay? These are the different elements that you can put: pause, play, playing, see, timeout, and we will see a little bit of that. Actually, if you want to play something that is not on your web page, you can change this one. We will talk about that also during the semester, but this is a direct link. But you can also select a small MP3 for link. I don't know. Let's see if we have a small MP3. We need to find a small link of an MP3. I don't know where to find a small MP3. Where can I find a small MP3 that is on the web and it is easily accessible? Well, yeah, let's search it on my web page. I will go, and then I will go to Proyectos, and in Proyectos I will go to a small audio file. I don't know where I have a small audio file. Let me see if I have an audio file here. Yes, this is an audio file. Okay. Copy audio address. Okay. So you can change this for the MP3 file that you have here. Okay. Now it is starting as an HTTP. And now you have a small link. And let's see if this is still working. And it's working. Actually, it's working.
Could you share the link of that audio, please?
Pardon me?
Could you share the link of that audio, please?
Yes.
Thanks.
Okay. So if the name of the file starts with HTTP, it means that it has to go to another page. If it starts directly with a name, it means that it's in the same folder than your file. Okay.
Can you put the audio from a YouTube video?
Can you put an audio from what, sorry?
From a YouTube video?
No, you cannot put an MP4 file here. It's not gonna render. It's gonna say it's not an audio file. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, but then this is the most basic way for playing an audio. Okay. But in many occasions, it's useful only to play a link for playing an audio. Okay. Any questions so far? No questions?
How do we put a photograph, for example?
Oh, a photograph. Yeah. Okay. So if you all of that, for example, if you go to the here to our HTML tutorial, and then you go to images. Okay. And here are the images. Images, it's another element here. Okay. It's a tag. So we have to go here and we have just to put here a tag. So fancy sound. Okay. And let's put a small tag here. Okay. It has to start with image. It has to close. This one in particular do not have an open and close. It just has the opening. And in the same way that the audio one, you have to put the source. And it's not mandatory, but you can put an alt, for example, for blind people that has these programs that it speaks, or any browser that cannot render an image. It has to say no, image of an ear. Oh, image of ear. And then I need to have an image of something. Okay. I need an image ear. I'm gonna get an ear, and then I'm gonna get, I don't know, this image. Okay. Save image as. Okay. And I'm gonna put it again in the same folder. Okay. I'm gonna put it as ear.jpg. Okay. Ear.jpg. Okay. And then this one is gonna be ear.jpg. And then if you go to your page, wow, this is huge, right? It turns out that that image was huge. Okay. So I can change the size. I can say the width, it's equal to 30 pixels. I think it's like that. I think it's like that. And now my image is small, right?
Yeah, could you put the code again, please?
The code of the image or the code of everything that we have so far?
The code of the image is okay.
That's it. Okay. So one more time, we have as a string the name of the file that should be on the same folder, a width for setting up that we want to modify the width, and the alt. Okay. And now imagine that you want to put a border in an image, and you learn a lot just by saying things in the browser. Border of image in CSS. Okay. How to say the border of an image in CSS. Okay. La propiedad de decir border permite utilizar una imagen para definir los bordes de los elementos. No, that's not what I want to say. What I want to say is how to say a border of an image. Okay, no, this is not what I want to do. Border image. I want to put no, this is using an image as a border, but that's not what I want. But As you can see, you can use border image for putting something. I want to put frame. Instead of frame image CSS. And this is, for example, can you see this? As simple as that. And then you are saying, for example, that I'm going back. I'm going to the section of the style where you were saying everything that is in the body should be blue. H1 this, P this, and by the way, everything that is an image, I want to have it with a small border of 28 pixels. I save it, I refresh, and now, as you can see, we have a small border, right? Rounded border on the image. The image was a square, but the CSS allow us to put a small rounding the corners, right? You follow that? And voila, we have our first web page. So congratulations, we have our
Can you show the
first...
code, please, Professor?
Absolutely.
Thanks.
I can put you this in the chat. Don't forget that this is part of the CSS. This is CSS code, okay?
Can you show the screen of the code, please?
Absolutely.
Adam, thank you.
I'm having some trouble because my image is still very huge. How can I show it a little bit smaller?
Did you put it with 300 pixels?
Yeah.
And it's still very big?
Yeah.
That's weird because you should be putting it in 300 pixels no matter what size it is.
Okay, let me try it again.
Pardon me?
Let me try again.
Did you type with properly? Or you copy or you type it?
Oh, I see. I got a typo on with. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay, are you everybody here? Raise your hand if you are having problems or you are not on this step. Just raise your hand if you are having problems or you are not in this step for any reason. And be honest. Don't say, oh, I will do it later, and then you just continue. It's important that you do it. Oh, Fabian, what is the problem?
We need to put in both I don't know, inside the body and before audio image, like with the with 300 pixels and the other one that made the curve boards.
No, the one that make the curve, the image, it's inside the CSS. If
But
you
we
go to
have to put both.
well, if you don't put the images, then it's not gonna be rounded.
No, I mean we have to put the one it's lower and the one it's inside CSS.
Yeah, if you want this to work, you will need to put the image border radius, whatever, inside the style, and then any image, not only this one, but any image that you put will be rounded. And whether you want to put it, it depends. If you put it here, it's gonna be, if you put it here, it's gonna be on top of the fancy, right? Oh, and then if you move it from place and you put it at the end, it's gonna be before the audio thing. Okay, well, actually before, but not, it didn't jump. It put it here and then the image here on the same section, right?
Okay, thanks.
I'm gonna comment the window, by the way, because it's annoying that each time that we run it, we have a problem. So if we want to jump between audio and image, we can say change line, which is break, BR. And now it breaks, okay? So guys, it's 1952. I will send you this code through the chat and I will also put it on Canvas. Everybody has access to Canvas, right?
Yes.
Okay, so for me, the time flew and it was really fast, this class, because I'm inactive, because I'm the teacher speaking all the time. But maybe for you is not, okay? So I really hope that you do all the exercises, because that's the way that the class could be a little bit faster. It's important that you stop me in any step that you have a problem. Today, you didn't have to share your screen, but sometimes we have to share the screens just to find your errors, right? I really beg you, I mean, with all my soul, that you do the exercises during the class. Okay, I cannot see that you are not doing it. So please do them. Otherwise, you are just wasting your time. Okay. Jared, do you have a question?
Yeah, I'm aware that there are like 2 minutes left of the class, but can you repeat what does the VR does exactly?
Oh,
And
BR
how
means
does it
break.
work?
Just change the new line. If you have one element and then a new element, it's just one way for changing to the next line. Okay.
Okay. And it is just one line, right?
Yes, it's just, oh, I didn't, can you go to the chat?
Yeah.
Just one. Yeah, it doesn't have a closing
Oh, I
part.
see it. I see it. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
So what I want to ask you, and I'm going to open an assignment on Canvas, is I want you to do a web page with a nice, I mean, you will have to go and dig around to see how to use the CSS for making something nicer. Okay. And I want you to put a page that has at least 2 audio links, 3 or 4 images, and it should be more fancy in terms of color and maybe a frame and things like that. I will upload the proper assignment to Canvas. Okay. And it's going to be very simple. Is that okay? But we have to go through this today. Next week, we'll go now to the fancy things about coding, but it was important. if you have any question or any doubt, or you want to ask me something in terms of things like that, you can send me an image to Canvas, and you can also send me a. This is my phone. Okay, I will ask you to be to just use it on office hours. Even though this is not an office hour, please don't send me emails at 6 a.m. or 8 a.m. Let's keep it in a proper range between 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. if you don't mind. Okay. Well, Fernanda Carranza, chat, what's up? What is that, Fernanda?
Yeah, we already made a group on WhatsApp, so everybody can just enter there.
Oh, nice. How do you do? Oh, okay, yeah, I want to do it. I will for sure. Okay, excellent. That is good. Okay. But I will do it once that I'm on the. Oh, but how am I gonna keep this chat? Just give me 1 second. Just give me 1 second because I don't want to lose that. That's it. Excellent. Okay, thank you. Thank you for the link. Yeah, that's a good, clever idea. Okay, I will register into that. So that is a good thing. So any other question? It's not gonna be easy. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be challenging, but it's not gonna be as easy as copy and paste as today. Today was easy. It will start to become complex, and it will start to require a lot of attention for the future classes in terms of the coding. We will have to review the functions. We will have to review variables. We will have to remember arrays, but it could be very nice. It could be very, 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 very interesting because you can do things that won't be able in any other way, right? And that's it. Again, I hope that you enjoy the class. I hope that you start to, if you already knew this, sorry, we have to go and we have to be sure that everybody can do it. The link for the class, should I send you the link, or how do you get the link for the recording classes? You don't have it, right? You don't get it automatically. Okay.
No.
So before tomorrow morning, I will upload the place where you will upload your code. I will upload the links for the recordings of this class, and I will log into the WhatsApp. Is that okay? Well, thank you very much. See you next.
Professor, the assignment is for the next Thursday?
For the next class. Yes, for the next class.
Okay.
It's very simple. To be honest, it's a very simple web page that you have to do. Just don't make something as ugly as I did. Do something more. Imagine that you are building. Does anybody has a personal web page? You guys? Okay, imagine that you are doing.
I do, teacher.
Okay, please imagine that you are doing your own web page. Probably you are not gonna do it in this way when you start to work in another frameworks and templates. I mean, professional web pages, you don't do it in this way. But for the audio thing, we need a small template. So build your own web page. If you have your band, build your one single page for your band or for your group or for your musician. Is that okay?
Yeah. Also, Professor, if we need some kind of help for the assignment, can we send you what we have worked through the week?
Yeah.
And also, do we send you the whole carpet, as I don't know how to say it in English, I forgot.
As a
but
zip.
with the whole the whole files and all that stuff, images and audio, or we just send you the index.html?
No, yeah, you're right. You are right. If you put a symphony on your MP3, it's gonna be a huge folder. So just put a small fragment of audio of less than 30 seconds. Yes, you are right. MP3s, don't put a web file, otherwise it's gonna be huge and everything is gonna be huge and we're gonna spend a lot of time downloading things. MP3 file and really short MP3 file. Is that okay?
Okay, okay.
Okay. Good question. Thank you. So probably you will have to zip it. I will write the steps on Canvas. Is that okay?
Okay, so it will be a file, not an HTTPS.
No, it's gonna be a zip file. You will have to upload a zip file. That is a folder that inside has an HTML, an MP3, and a couple of images. Okay. Good. If you have any problem and you get stuck, just send me an image, an email, and a WhatsApp message. Okay. See you and good night.
Thank you, teacher. Good night.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. See you next week.
Nice. See ya.
Thank
See you
you.
next week.
Thank you, teacher. Good
Thanks.
night.
Bye.
Bye.
Profe, una pregunta, si se la puedo decir en español.
Claro.
No sé si en algún momento, bueno, de hecho tenía como expectativas de que esta materia igual y veíamos como algo de implementación de audio utilizando middleware. No sé si en algún momento vayamos a ver como algo relacionado a eso. Por ejemplo, utilizar Fmod para implementar el audio a aplicaciones, a videojuegos o algo así.
¿A qué te refieres? ¿De qué manera?
Es que, o sea, hay un programa que se llama Fmod, no sé si lo conozca.
Sí.
O sea, supongo que, bueno, yo supuse que en esta materia sí iba a haber un poco de eso, como de la implementación del audio a aplicaciones móviles o algo así, pero utilizando esos programas.
Fmod, sí, de hecho lo he enseñado en algunas otras clases para hacer videojuegos. Digamos que el Web Audio API es similar, es un motor de síntesis muy parecido, ¿sí? Entonces, no vamos a ver Fmod en esta clase en particular, pero sí vamos a ver el Web Audio API para que lo puedas implementar en videojuegos.
Súper, ok.
¿Sí? O sea, sí vamos a hacer cuestiones interactivas con videojuegos para que hagan sonido. ¿Sí?
Súper, profe. Sí, sale.
Ok.
Muchas gracias.
Ok.
Nos vemos.
Bye bye.
Hasta luego, profe.
Que les vaya bonito.
Hasta luego, profe.
Chao.